After studying this module, you shall be able to know the meaning of social values and attitudes, learn the relationship between social values and attitudes, identify the factors affecting social values and attitudes, and analyze the impact of social values and attitudes on business environment. Socio-cultural environment includes both the social system and the culture of people of the society. It consists of all man-made elements which have positive or negative influence on humans' behavior, relationship and perception towards way of life. In simple words, the social culture environment can be defined as an environment consisting of all factors which designs the individual's personality and strongly influence his attitude, behavior, decisions, making power and performances. Such elements include beliefs, values, attitudes, habits and lifestyles of persons which are learned and developed from cultural, religious, educational and societal settings and are transmitted from generation to generation within that society. Thus, the components of social environment are 1. Social institutions and systems, 2. Social groups, 3. Social values and attitudes. Let us begin by understanding what do we mean by social values. Values are the moral beliefs and convictions of an individual, an organization and a society regarding what is right and wrong. Social values have strong influence in shaping the social attitudes, ideologies, decision making and performance behavior of people. Different societies have different value system, as one society promotes a particular behavior, but some other society may discourage the same behavior in its value system. Thus, different value systems have different influence on business environment. One value system may favor wrong practices to flourish in the business, while the other value system may condemn such practices. The value system of business is generally shaped by individuals' own socially oriented personal values and code of business ethics, which set moral principles and code of conduct for business to determine what is good or bad, what should be done and not be done, and inculcate the concern for social responsibility. For example, a monopolist may charge reasonable prices instead of very high prices for his product in spite of its monopoly situations in the industry due to his value system. Our other aspect is attitude. Attitude refers to the way in which an individual perceives the things in a given situation to understand his social world. Attitudes evaluate the various objects stored in one's memory and then reflect how an individual thinks and perceives others and behave towards them. Thus, an attitude of an individual is a mixture of three elements, that is affect, that is what he feels, cognition, that is what he thinks, and a behavior, that is how he performs. People of different culture have different attitude towards business and work. Attitudes to work differ from country to country and individual to individual. For example, Japanese have achieved a huge success in business because of their positive attitude towards work. In India, Bihar has not achieved a great success in business in spite of having huge natural resources because of the poor attitude towards work of its people. On the other hand, Punjab has progressed much in agriculture and industrial sector like green revolution, the biggest woolen industry, etc., because of its hardworking people as they have positive attitude towards work. Thus, the basic condition for business prosperity and growth is a good attitude to work or commitment to work. That is why human resource management's aspects of motivation and morale are based on workers' attitude to work. Relationship between values and attitudes. The socio-cultural system in which individuals live provide a set of values on the basis of which personal values and thinking patterns of people are shaped, and these in turn influence the positive or negative attitude of individuals towards a particular object or entity. Values are shared beliefs and ideologies of any culture and society, which defines the parameters within which individual norms of behavior or attitudes are rooted, designed and condemned if necessary. Thus, values define or reflect into attitude by defining opinions or way of thinking reflected in an individual behavior towards some object. Values are more stable than attitudes, as an attitude is an emotion or situation oriented. Values highlights the internalized rules and beliefs which can be used by people to evaluate and justify actions of themselves and other people to decide what is right and what is wrong, good and bad, desirable and undesirable, preferable and non-preferable. Different nations may have different value systems. For example, in the value system of US, everyone is treated as equal. Therefore, the attitude is to give equal respect to women as to men. But in some nations, they are not treated as equal. Thus, values put strong influence on the cultural environment of business organizations because of the difficult objective analysis of values and attitudes as they are based on emotions. For example, Japanese drink soup mainly in breakfast, whereas orange juice is preferred in the US for breakfast. Indians take milk generally in breakfast, but Australians can drink milk at any time. Thus, The business manager of a multinational corporation has to identify and check the attitudes of people of different countries towards time, work and achievement, the role of sex and sexual discrimination, family responsibility, age, education, entrepreneurship, change and foreign goods. Let us now discuss the factors affecting social values and attitudes. These factors are: 1. Education. Education is the process of learning which develops skills, ideas, values, attitudes, desires and motivation among the members of the society to strengthen the existing culture and also to encourage the society for accepting the necessary change. Education affects the social values and attitudes of people in the society in a positive manner by enabling them to distinguish between good or bad, right or wrong. Education develops better attitude towards work for women also and has also promoted women entrepreneurship. Education makes a society as knowledge oriented society with the diminishing role of social customs and traditions. It increases mobility among workforce. Education also affects individual attitude towards starting their career as entrepreneur or as a paid employee of government establishment or any established private organization, as they can rationally compare the risk return associated with venture with the paid and assured returns in employment. 2. Culture. Culture is a set of knowledge, belief, morals, customs, preferences, lifestyle, etc. of members of a society. Culture shapes human values, which in turn influence the individual's thoughts, actions, perceptions and behavior and attitude towards work in a society. It provides rational judgment for what is right and wrong, what type of behavior is acceptable or non-acceptable in the society. Culture is learned or shared behavior as it is acquired through education or experience and transferred from one generation to another. In today's globalized world, a single organization has the involvement of people from different cultures across the world in real and virtual workplaces. Thus, to be successful in international business, managers must therefore understand the impact of cultural differences on the value orientation system and attitudes of members of different societies, as they are the main factors of influencing individual and group behavior. 3. Urbanization. It is a shifting of rural population towards urban areas as it has more opportunities for earnings. But in urban areas, life is more challenging as cost of living is high. Thus, people have to develop positive attitude towards work, to work hard so that they can afford high cost of living. In urban areas, people have more available choices of product, as a result of which they develop greater attitude towards consumption as well. 4. Business ethics. Ethics are business code of conduct and moral principles to shape social values in business. Ethics enable business manager to distinguish between what is right and wrong for the society and their other stakeholders and develop their positive attitude towards social responsibility. 5. Social organization. The presence of active organizations which work for social welfare exerts pressure on business houses to adopt high values and morality in society and thus improves social values in the society as well. Like number of NGOs work to prevent child labor and to create awareness and develop positive attitude towards education for all, save daughter, etc., to abolish traditional negative myths. 6. Customs and traditions. The social environment also gets influenced by the existing customs and traditions in the society. With the development and spread of education, the rigid past customs and traditions like child marriage, bonded labor, female infanticide, etc., have become diluted now. It has prompted positive social values and equality for all. 7. Family size and system. Family is a strong element of social environment as a family background has a strong influence on the values and character of an individual. Family system can be joint or nuclear family system. Earlier, joint family system was more prevalent in the society as it provides economic and social security to the family members. Children are taught to serve the group. Unity, loyalty and harmony were highly valued. But now, due to the increasing industrialization and urbanization, the nuclear family system, that is family of small sizes, is gaining importance where privacy, independence, self-made is highly valued. 8th, caste system. In ancient Indian society, the caste system was very strict and popular as a social status, occupation and role in society were determined on the basis of caste of the person. People of lower caste were exploited by upper caste people. It develops negative social attitudes among people for different caste people, which may lead to communal riots. Now, this caste system is diluting to some extent, and people of different castes have developed positive and sharing attitude towards each other and started social interaction with each other. Special provisions have been made for upliftments of lower caste people through reservation of seats for SCs, STs, BCs and OBCs in jobs, educational institutions and elections to boost their morale and develop positive attitude towards work. 9. Religion. Religion is considered to be a strong foundation for inculcating values and positive attitude towards work and health as it affects beliefs, sentiments and customs in a social system. It directly influences the human attitude towards hard work, thrift and ascetic life. The religions generally promote simple living and high thinking. But in modern period, social values are diluting as impact of religion is declining day by day. People want to have more and more of wealth, fancy living, style, even through unfair means like corruption, crimes and violence. Religion puts a strong influence on work culture and social customs of national and international business also. Banks in Islamic countries do not earn income by charging bank interest, as earning interest is prohibited under Islamic law. But to maintain profitability, they charge borrowers' fees and commissions. Islamic countries also have Friday and Saturday as weekly holidays, in contrast to other countries which generally have Saturday and Sunday as weekly holidays. Let us discuss the impact of social values and attitudes on business environment. Different countries have different cultural environments due to which social values, beliefs and attitudes differ all over the world as well as from one society to another. These different attitudes exert a strong influence on human behavior, their perceptions and dispositions and therefore on business environment. Thus, a business firm must analyze and understand prevailing social values, attitudes of people and cross-cultural differences while formulating business strategies and policies to attain competitive advantages and sustainable business in complex business environment. Their products and services should be flexible enough which can be molded as per the acceptance of the society members. Their distribution practices and the communication channels with consumers should be in accordance with the prevailing attitudes in different societies to integrate different cultures and bring harmony in their operations. It is therefore useful for business managers to understand the impact of certain key attitudes on business environment and business activities. 1. Social value determines demand for goods and services. Social values prevailing in the society determine the type of goods and services a business unit should produce, as they are the basis on which consumers' preferences for color, dress style, food habits are designed. For example, McDonald's cannot sell their beef burger in India, as it is against Indian values to eat it. Similarly, certain types of Western dress styles and branded garments are popular in Western countries, but in India, branded garments are generally demanded by men, and women still prefer ethnic dresses more as compared to Western dresses. Japanese youth believe that the West is an important source of fashion trends, so they share a favorable attitude towards American brands. 2. Attitude towards work. People in some societies are more hardworking. They have positive attitude and strong commitment to work. For example, Japanese are more hardworking as compared to Arabians. That is why they have got huge success in industrial sector, as this positive attitude towards work creates opportunities for the business sector to grow and attain competitive advantage at international level. 3. Attitude towards time value. Some countries like Europe and North America have an attitude of time is money. They respect punctuality, and latecomers are treated as rude and disrespectful. While other countries like Latin America, the Middle East or India have more casual attitude towards time, like some consider never to be punctual, for you will be considered early. So, this different attitude towards time creates its impact on business environment by making it essential for business manager to understand the importance of time in different societies and act accordingly to grab the opportunity. 4. Impact of consumers' buying attitude on global business. It is a challenging task for an MNC company to interact with different cultures and value systems of different countries. It has to understand the complexity of socio-cultural environment due to differences in social values and attitudes in different countries. MNCs have to adopt its production, marketing, selling activities as per the prevailing value system, acceptance level of people according to their buying attitude. It may be required to change the product feature like color, design, packaging, component, etc., or to design different advertising programs, slogans, appeals for different countries. For example, in India, the durability of a product can be advertised with a slogan like as long as one's life partner. But this slogan may not be effective in Western countries where marriages do not last long. Hard drinks can be advertised as energizer, fruit juice, soda in some countries like in India, whereas in other countries like USA, it can be advertised as a hard drink only. 5. Attitudes based on religion. Religion affects the attitude of followers towards the selection of different products for business and consumption. Some religions create negative attitudes of their followers towards the nature of some business, like Jain religion prohibits Jain businessmen from doing leather business or business of non-vegetarian foods. Muslims are restricted from doing money lending business as they consider earning interest income as bad. Religions may frame different perceptions for different colors. Like white is the color of bride's wedding dress in Europe, but in China or India, white color indicates sadness, death and mourning. For different food items like in India, Hindus regard the cow as sacred and they do not allow international fast food chain to sell beef products in India. Thus, religion affects values and attitudes of its followers which in turn create opportunities and threats in business environment for business organization. 6. Positive attitude for business ethics. The increasing impact of social values can be observed in the growing awareness regarding the importance of social responsibility and the adoption of business ethics in business sector. Business ethics refer to ethical principles, moral standards for business. People have positive attitude towards the adoption of social responsibility by business organization to maintain high quality level in the society at large. If business follows ethical standards, then it gets support from society and goodwill in the market. Business ethics encourages businessmen to respect social values by making good quality products, protecting environment and not indulging in misleading trade practices. The society has negative attitude towards businesses which are not following business ethics. If a business unit is polluting the environment, then society may boycott its products, which may result in the ending of that unit. So it has become a challenge in business environment for the business to earn sufficient profits along with the fulfillment of business ethics and social responsibility. 7. Changing attitude towards casteism. In modern world, rigidity and restrictions in caste system has declined. It has affected the business environment in positive manner by increasing the mobility among workforce, as member of any caste can choose any occupation and workplace as per their qualification and specialization. 8. Changing attitude towards family system. Joint family is at declining stage and is being replaced by nuclear family system because of industrialization and urbanization. Now, demand for household durables, daycare center is increasing day by day. When both husband and wife are working in nuclear family, they do not have time to prepare meals. Fast food becomes more popular. This change has positive effect on business environment as it has created an opportunity for businesses providing such products and services. 9. Consumer preferences, habits and beliefs. Different societies create differences in beliefs, habits and attitudes of people towards certain products according to the developmental level of the society or prevailing income level in the society. The companies catering to such societies are required to modify their products according to customers' liking and benefits. Different promotional strategies are framed for different groups to influence their preferences, attitudes and lifestyle. For example, a cycle manufacturing company promotes bicycle as a means of transportation in underdeveloped economies and as an exerciser or sports equipment in developed countries. Similarly, advertising strategies for selling motorcycle in underdeveloped countries is to focus on low fuel consumption, while in developed countries it is advertised as a mean for leisure and sporting. In India, Subway had to educate Indians about the benefits of sandwiches by advertising it as a healthy food because they do not normally eat bread. Thus, social values and attitudes as two strong corners of cultural environment have significant impact on business environment. A business unit cannot afford to ignore prevailing social institutions, social systems, social values and social attitudes in the social cultural environment. The business must study the culture of society and should adjust its plans and policies accordingly. Let us recapitulate what we have learned in this module. 1. Social values and attitudes are one of the main components of socio-cultural environment. 2. Values are the moral beliefs and convictions of members of society which are learned and developed from cultural, religious, educational and social settings. 3. An attitude of an individual is a mixture of three elements, that is affect, cognition and a behavior. 4. Values define or reflect into attitude by defining opinions or way of thinking reflected in an individual behavior towards some object. 5. Factors affecting in developing positive or negative social values and attitudes are education, culture, urbanization, business ethics, social organization, customs and traditions, family size and systems, caste system and religion. 6. People of different cultures and societies have different values and attitude towards business and work. 7. Different values and attitudes exert a strong influence on human behavior, their perceptions and dispositions and therefore on business environment. 8. Values and attitudes can bring opportunities or threats in business environment by influencing demand for goods and services, value for time, commitment towards work, complexity in global business and role of casteism, religion and family system.